Yo, what's up? So, it's Sunday and I'm fixing up my bike. I was just cleaning up the Yoshimura slip-on exhaust. I was like, maybe I should give an update, like a bit of a vlog of what's going on. So the story of this bike is it's a Honda 250R, cbr250r, and I had to get a blue slip, so I took it in. The rear disc, brake disc, was like worn down, and it was on its last legs, so I had to change it. Like the mechanic said I should change it, so I got the blue slip first, got the bike home. The sprockets were pretty fucked as well. The chain was like greased up to hell. This is the sprocket. Probably can't tell, but it's like worn down. But anyway, so I took the rear wheel off. Oh. So we have the new rear disc brake on. Grease in there, hasn't been torqued down yet. I'll torque it down to spec once it's on the bike. The new rear sprocket, 34 teeth off memory, JT. There's a little JT thing right there. That was a bitch to get off. There's like lock nuts on the back. Yeah. So anyway, after taking off the bike, I realized that obviously I'm gonna have to do the rear calipers, so I've got to whip down to the store and get some brake cleaner for starters. I'm all out of those. And then I also have to get some, I'm gonna have to bleed the brakes and stuff, so I'm gonna have to get like a clear tube and some more brake fluid and bleed the brakes, take the caliper apart, clean the caliper. Look at it, it's fucking filthy. Take it apart, rebuild it, put all the new seals on and stuff, clean. You can see the piston right there. It seems alright, it's a bit dusty, but there looks like there's like slight corrosion on it just inside there. So I'm probably gonna have to take it all apart, clean it all, etc. Bleed the brakes, get the wheel on, because this is connected. The bracket is connected to the axle, so I have to get that on to be able to torque all the bolts off. And then once all that's done, chuck on the new chain. Here's the front sprocket, JT 14 tooth. There's a story about these bolts. They're real hard to find. It took me ages. I broke one on accident. I have a torquing wrench and I just like went to torque it a little bit and the fucking bolt snapped. But luckily it was on a 12 tooth. This is a 12 tooth. This is smaller. It's gonna go for like more torque or whatever. But yeah. The torquing bolt just snapped the bolt like real fast, like barely any pressure. So I'm gonna have to get like an extraction kit, get that bolt out, and then just hold on to the sprocket if I never use it. But the new 14 tooth front sprocket's in, greased up behind. It's all cleaned. I cleaned the shit out of it. I cleaned the shit out of the bike. The bike's a mess. It was a mess. There was just shit everywhere. Just thought I'd just like, mid cleaning, I was like, oh, maybe I should record this, like document it. So when I sell it on, the new seller knows they're getting a good deal. The new buyer knows they're getting a good deal. So obviously the rear tire was way worse than this. I think brake fluid got on the old tire, the old rim, and it had kind of stripped the paint a bit because there were all these like pitting and stuff. It's like pitting from I think where they bled the old brakes. It got all over, and it took like an hour just to get this wheel back to what it is. So that's how dirty it was. It's fucking filthy. And so now that my bike's on the stand and it's been standing on the stand for a while, I just realized that I have like a leak in this fork. This is like got a leak on the fork. So it's like, it's leaking quite a lot. Like that's just a little, like on the very bottom of the fork. So like if I pump it, you can see the seal's broken. So now I'm gonna have to get in there, have to do both of them, and I'm gonna have to rebuild the front forks. So that's the next job after I get the rear oil on, get the chain on, rebuild the rear brake caliper. I'm probably gonna have to do the front caliper too, just looking at it. Like it looks okay, but I mean, getting the forks out, I may as well do everything. But yeah, that's it at the moment. I'm getting like the maddest like fucking urge just to ride the bike. It's pissing me off. Just waiting on parts and shit like that. It's not the funnest. But yeah, that's the vlog, I guess. I guess it's a vlog. And just quickly, this is the exhaust was actually filthy as fuck, so I cleaned it up, cleaned up the carbon fiber. I don't think that's copper, but it looks like copper. And I was just in the process of cleaning the exhaust pipe, but I'm just getting all the rough stuff off at first, and then I'll go through with like an actual aluminum cleaner. It's gonna be sketchy, but because it's like acid, just like acid base, and I'm gonna have baking soda and neutralize off the baking soda. But fuck it, I'll make this bike clean as shit. Anyway, peace. So this is the rear brake fluid reservoir. As you can tell by the color, it's in need of a change anyway. It's supposed to be like clear, runny, like honey almost. Like that's the dark Manuka honey. It needs to be like real clear. So that's no good. Well, it's on its way out, so this bike is turning into like fucking whole rebuild. It's really annoying. So this is like the new brake pads that are going to go into the rebuilt caliper. This is the rebuild kit, seals, the little piston bolt that holds it all together. Looks like there's actually a piston in there, so they'll come in handy. And then oil filter, because I mean it's gonna need one eventually, right? Like I'll probably have to change the oil, like considering what the rest of the maintenance in the bike was like. But yeah, anyway, back to it, I guess. Alright, just been down to the shop, had something to eat. Just want to show people that, you know, give you a handsome bloke. Just haven't had a shave, haven't fucking, probably, maybe haircut's alright. Just fuck, saw footage, went to the store, sorry, got all the shit I need. Had something to eat, went upstairs, cooked some food. Went through the old footage just to see if it was alright, you know, voice and all that. Realised how fucking fat I am, but I guess it's just life, eh? I don't give a shit. If you see me in the week or whatever, this is what I'm gonna look like. I'm not gonna look like glamorous or anything. Anyway, so pretty obvious, right? Beer bombs. More brake cleaner. Get up there. This is to get the pistons out. So like when you squeeze it, squeezes out. I'll grab the inside of the piston so I can pull it out. A spray bottle for the baking soda so I can make a little mix to neutralize the aluminum cleaner when I do it. A little brake bleeder kit, I'm one man. But I've got the power of at least 1.5, so couldn't find a 1.5 brake bleeder kit. Brake bleeder kit. Some primer. There's like a little bit of paint that's been taken off. I think the chain's come loose, someone driving it. So I'm gonna have to take that back, primer it. I mean, it's grey, but at least it's better primed than fucking just sitting there rusting. Wire brushes. .4 brake fluid. It's for bikes, pretty much. Paintbrush. Fucking valve cap for my front tyre because it doesn't have one. Oh, and what's this here? Sorry. and some fucking fixed in spanners and shit, so I can bleed the valve. Just keep it on there. Have the brake kit on top of the nipple. Yeah, there's a brake fluid nipple. It's not a sexual part of the bike. The nipple is just over here. That's the nipple right there. So I can like open it up, bleed a brake. I'm not going to film any of it because obviously it's messy as shit. And it's goddamn Sunday, so I'm just gonna try to do the best job I can. Sweet as. Yo, this is like a good lesson. Always get the tool, the most hardcore tool than what you need, because these bolts were like all seized the shit up, so it took ages, had to like crack them and all that. And now they got the caliper, the fucking brake caliper part. This goddamn piston is seized to shit. I tried the old where is it? The plier trick. I don't even know where it is at the moment. Here it is. Look at this. It's like clamping the shit. So it'd have like maximum out force. Try and lift it out. Didn't work. It's a bitch. So the piston's seized, so it definitely needed a rebuild. Just a matter of getting the right tool, I guess. Like I have to go for the actual piston extractor, which is, it's like an actual tool that goes in and expands out. Even then I'm gonna have to get a hammer and try and hammer the piston out. It's pretty fucked. Anyway, fucking this bike, honestly. Oh yeah, and so the brake reservoir's here. It's got the new brake fluid in. The shit's on top, that's old. I just had to rig it up so the gravity will stop it like spilling everywhere. That way I can just sit like this for a while overnight, I guess, till I get the tool. But yeah. And this is the rig. It's the bungee going right around. Classic. So just sanded up the exposed metal, and I'm gonna sand it up with some fine metal wool, and taken off all the rust, bit of WD-40 and stuff, cleaned it up. Now I'm just gonna give it a lick of primer. So after all today, got like the primer on the suspect spot. It's like epoxy primer. It's kind of got me inspired to like actually paint the whole subframe like that, but once we get the brake caliper done, we'll see. It could look cool. I could make it like army camo and stuff, like blend it in, and then that way it'll have a dual purpose of like keeping the rust at bay and looking cool. But hopefully the fucking thing's like pretty much it's almost like a rat sports bike, so just keep it in that theme.